So there's a saying in Buddhism that if you want to know what your past was like, just look at what you're currently experiencing. And if you want to know what your future will be like, just look at what you're currently doing. So this is a very basic teaching of the Buddha, that our actions have results, and that our actions from the past have heavily influenced our current experience, and that our current actions will heavily influence our future experience. And although people often think about the past and we might speculate about the future, we don't have to ask a fortune teller, what were we in the past, and in our past lives, what will we be in the future. If we look close enough at the present moment, then we can see for ourselves where it is that we've come from and where it is that we're headed. And we can see this in very practical ways and also much deeper ways. Practical example is in the present moment, we're all sitting here in this room, and we might wonder, why are we here? But the fact that we're all here in this room experiencing this now is a result of our past actions. At some point in the past, we decided to come here, and we put forth effort to come into this room. So through our actions, then we have come to this present moment experience. And in the same way, if we decide in this moment to leave, and then we put forth effort into getting up, then in the future we'll find that we're no longer in this room. And so through our present actions, we can see what our future will be. And also on a more deeper level, if I had spent the past several months being very mean to everybody in this room, then probably in the present moment, people wouldn't really like me, and they would probably also not be very kind to me. So that's just a result of my past actions. In the present moment, if I'm very mean to everybody, and I do that consistently over time, we can be pretty sure that in the future, everybody in this room probably won't like me and will be unkind to me as well. So it's not only the external world that follows this pattern, but also our internal world, our world of emotions, happiness and suffering. If we're currently experiencing desire, anger, fear, those come from somewhere. They didn't just arise randomly. And certainly if we experience these emotions in a strong way and we're overwhelmed by them, certainly we can say that in our past we must also have been overwhelmed by these things. We must have supported them and fed them and encouraged them mentally through lack of mindfulness and through believing in the stories of our emotions and through following them. We can certainly say that the emotions that we're currently experiencing are rooted in our past actions and our past mental actions. And in the same way, if we wonder what will our future mental state be like, will we be happy or will we be unhappy in the future? We can just look at what are we currently doing with our minds, the emotions that arise. Are we overwhelmed by them? Are we lost in them? Are we following them? If we are, and they're increasing in the present moment, then we can be quite sure that in the future we will also experience these emotions, and they will be stronger in the future. And if we're practicing mindfulness in a way in the present moment that is reducing our greed, hatred, and delusion, even just by a little bit, we can be sure that if we fast forward far enough into the future, there must come a time when we will find ourselves in a very bright and pleasant and happy future existence. So I'll offer that for reflection this morning.